On these tiny little cellos. They range from I think a 10th to an 8th size. Special thanks to Carol Agopian for letting us use these cellos. I'll link his information below. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, send us a nice comment, share with all your friends, and for more videos, please subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Klopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. careful, it could be up to like 30 pages. So just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Hello, welcome back. We're actually live this time with the song It's a Small World. And yeah, welcome back, everybody. Kendra's here. I'm wearing my Fantasia hat. That's what it's called. I don't remember the name of the movie. I think it's called Fantasia. I should know, since I was just at Disneyland and it was awesome. It was really cool. But the song, I went there just for research for Kids Learn Piano Live to get prepared for It's a Small World. And guess what?
What?
Shut down the whole ride. Yeah, they had it all locked off. Yeah, we didn't ride it.
Wait, is it like closed forever?
No, but I guess like the weekend before we were there was like the last weekend they had the Christmas decorations up. And I guess it takes them like a week or two to take all the Christmas decorations down. So while we were there, all their Christmassy stuff was being taken down. So anyway, so It's a Small World.
What?
I went there, made the whole trip, wasted it. So we just rode some rides and stuff instead. But yeah, no piano research this week. We're supposed to have Magnificent Mark here as promised, but hopefully he'll be showing up here soon, and we'll see what we can do with It's a Small World. And let's just get started. Yeah? What do you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what about the weekly activity?
Oh, the weekly activity. Tell
yeah.
us about it.
So all you have to do is cut out the puzzle pieces and then put them back together.
Oh, why would you not cut them out? Just take a picture of it.
It's
Be like,
so
hey,
you
I
can
put it
see how
together and I
fast
glued
you
it.
can do it.
Okay.
Like you mix them up and then you see how fast you can put them back together again.
Sure.
Like it's
cool.
like, yeah.
Sounds good to me. 150 points for doing that?
Yeah.
We're really giving away points for this stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
This seems too easy.
And all you have to do is post a picture of it on social media and tag Learn Piano Live.
Sweet.
Right?
Let's play some notes.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's move on with these things. So, and oh yes, I agree, Klobble, and I love your Mickey ears. That's great. So, It's a Small World. It's a small world, but it's a big range so that we're going to be using. So we're all the way down to D here, all the way up to G here. So tons of notes that we're playing for this song, and it's going to start out on this really low E down here. So the way you're going to find an E is take any group of 2 black notes, like those right there. That would totally work. And you're going to take the top note and drag it up. Don't use this. This is a group of 3 black notes that will not get you to the note that you want. You got to find a group of 2 black notes, take the top note, the one to the right, and drag it up a little bit, and you'll always land on an E. I'm going to use this one because the song is going to go way up high, so I want to start out kind of low so I have room to go up. And we're just going to play from there, walk straight up. So once you have the E, go up 1, and then that other E that we found up here, now that's when we need that. We got to jump way up. And that's the beginning of It's a World of. Now, the trick to this song is there's 2 main parts. There's the beginning part, and then there's the part that everybody sings along with. It's a small world after all. So you kind of got to decide which part you want to start with and then work on that. The first part is this one right here, those 4 lines. And then the part that you know and everybody sings along with is these 2 lines right here. So you might want to just only work on the last 2 lines. But let me show you the first 4 just in case you're one of those level 2 or 3 or 4 people that likes to sneak down on level 1 and pick up the notes there. So We're gonna start here on E, F, G, all the way up to E, and then skip down to C. And that's It's a World of Laugh. Now, with your track, it's gonna sound something like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So, the rest of these notes here, you just gotta get started. It's gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and that's when you start. So then we've got all the way up to, I think we were right there. Laughter, a world of tears, and now it's time to go one note below that note that we started on, all the way down to that D. It's the lowest note that we're gonna play in the whole song. It's a world, and this one is almost the exact same thing, just shifted down one note. So if you can just have your hands in place, and then shift everything down one, it's almost the exact same thing. Then that would take us all the way down to here. There's so much. That's E, F, G. We have a little group of three notes right there, and then a group of 3 right here, and then a group of 3 right here with the repeating A, and then a group of 3 right here. So it's all sets of 3. Ba-ba-dum, 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 ba-ba-dum. So memorizing those little batches of 3 and where those are, we just have that little A that repeats there, 2 A's in a row. It's a small world. That's a big jump right there from G all the way up to F. E, D, C, and this is where a lot of people mess up, is they see a G and they'll land on a G, and if they already know their notes, they see the next one and they see, oh, the next one's an F. I've got an F right there, I'll just use that one. No, don't do it, because that's what that line is there for. It's trying to show you that you're supposed to go way up to get to that F. So I know you're on a G and there's an F sitting right there. Don't use it. Go all the way up to F, just like the line is telling you to do. Small world after all. Then we're into the part that you might want to get started on first, with starting on this C right here. It's a small world, just C's and E's. And then a D in the middle, after all. Do the exact same thing, but just shift it up one note. So now we're starting on D. It's a small world after all. Then we're gonna do the same thing, shift it up one note right here. It's a small world after all. So if you can get that first little chunk right here, it's a small world after all, that little chunk right there, and then just shift it over one, play it again, shift it over one, play it again, then you're pretty much done with the song. It's a small world is all that you have left after that. It's a small world. But the track is kind of fast. You'll need to practice first without the track before you're ready for it. But right now we're gonna play the track and just catch any of the notes that you can if you're starting. What? No! It can't be the last time through. We just got started on this thing. All right, see if you can get those first 3 notes. It's a world, and then the last note also is a C. So make sure you at least get that much, and get all the rest of it that you can. Don't worry about the ones that you miss. Here we go. 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, go. It's a world of laughter, a world of tears. It's a world of fears. There's so much that we share that it's time that we're aware. It's a small world after all. Here we go. Starting on the C. It's a small world after all. Do the same thing starting on that D. Same thing starting on the E. It's a small world. I know that's like a billion trillion notes and it feels like we only worked on it for like 30 seconds, but we'll get to practice it more on the upper levels. For right now, it's time to sit back, relax, join us in the Kids Learn Piano Live Theater as we show you our video of the week.
Small There's so much that we share that it's time we're aware. It's a small world after all. 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 It's a small, small world.
Time to level up. Let's go.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version or visit learnpianolive.com/level2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
All right, here we are on level 2. There's nothing too terribly scary on this one. We're just going to be playing all of the same exact notes, but now we're using these fancy lines and spaces called the treble clef. This is known as sheet music. And if you just have the lines and spaces, then it's called staff paper. So all those kind of mean the same thing. And all that means is you're going to follow this chart right here to find out what the letters are, in case you don't already know what they are, or if you're not wanting to look on level 1, or honestly, I wrote them in for you, so that's kind of cheating. I know, but eventually you'll just get used to that bottom line right there, always being an E. It's always going to be an E every single time that we're in the treble clef. So eventually you'll get used to it, but this is kind of the scarier looking version of level 1. And I don't think there's anything too terrifying in this other than just the fact that there's lots of ink on the pages, lots of lines and spaces and stuff. But usually we have like all kinds of weird ties and stuff. All you have to worry about on this one is if you got a bar on a note like that or a flag on a note like, come on, show me one, there we go, like that. Those are the same exact thing. Those just mean that those notes are supposed to be a little bit faster. If you're in Clopple Academy level 2, then you are dealing with the 8th notes, so those are just supposed to be a little bit faster. And I say before Clopple jumps in here, let's go ahead and try this in with the track real quick. Let me show you this. This is where our pickup comes from. We have, this is a half rest, it's worth 1, 2. This one right here is worth 1 beat, so we'd put a 3 on there. Man, this might not be making any sense. And these right here would get 4 and, which is why we're supposed to come in on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that didn't make any sense. Don't worry about it. If you want to learn more, you can always go to learnpianolive.com/level2, or you can start up with the Clopple Academy in level 1. What's up, Kendra?
Okay, so I have a quick trivia fact, and I thought this would be a good time.
Sure, why not? I'm not rushed at all. It's a short song.
Yeah.
Okay,
cool.
What's up?
So the song, It's a Small World, is the only Disney creation that is known to not be copyrighted.
That is correct.
It is considered a gift to the children of the world.
Oh, really?
That
sounds suspicious. I don't know Disney to give away too many gifts to the children for free, but maybe that's too cynical for a lesson like this. Yeah, sure, that's really nice of them. They just want everyone to use their stuff for free and be happy. Cool. Yes, but that is important to know for this one. In fact, oh man, see, you always get me distracted. That's all right. Our archives are changing for the kids and the adults. So the kids, I haven't told you anything about it yet. So when next time you go to the archives this upcoming week, it's not going to be, you're going to have to choose, like, if you want a song from like a theme from a movie or a TV show, or if you want a song that we made up, like from Clopple Academy, or if you want to do one that's from just like the radio or whatever. So the archives are all getting split up. It's going to be really super cool. And this one will be in something called public domain. Nah, none of that matters. I'll send your parents an email. Cool. It'll make more sense. Let's play notes. Here we go. Starting on E. 1 and a 2 and a 1. Don't get distracted, Jamin. It's a world of laughter, a world of tears. It's a world of hopes. It's a world of fears. There's so much that we share that it's time that we're aware. It's a small world after all. Now the second part. Here we go. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world. There we go. And I think we did cover everything we need to. I always get asked about these, the little dots off to the side of the note. If you have one of those, that just means that that note is going to be a little bit longer than normal. Normally this one would be a quarter note, and so that would be worth 1 beat. That dot right there is just going to add a little bit extra time, so that one's going to be worth 1.5 beats. So let's go ahead and try this thing again. And, yeah, well, I'm trying. I don't know, Klopple, if you heard Kendra. She's interrupting me. It's her fault. Here we go. Don't tell Kendra. 1, 2, 3. It's a world of laughter, a world of tears. It's a world of... There's so much that we share that it's a... And then it's a small world after all. It's a small So like I said, it's really 2 songs. If you feel like there's way more than you could possibly get to in a week, that's fine. There isn't more than you can get to in a week. You can definitely learn both of the parts, but just start with one part, probably the second part. Starting right there is where you're gonna wanna start with the track. And if you send us a video this week, then you'll get points for your video submission. But right now, it's time to give out some points for Mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson, or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And this week it's from Callie Benjamin, who says, "Dear Jamin, what is the circle of fifths?" A really, really, really big topic is what it is. You will get into the circle of fifths if you are in Tropical Academy, but even then it's not until like level 4 or 5. But if you want, you can go to learnpianolive.com/circle of fifths. Spell it all out. And there's like a whole big old fat workshop that we did on the circle of fifths. It's kind of geared towards adults, but honestly, it's kind of an adult topic. Really quickly, it's just, you know that in the left hand, a lot of times in level like 4, and I know that you know this because you play a lot of level 4 stuff, we'll play perfect fifths. It's just basically playing all of the notes on the piano, but moving by fifth. So moving from C down to F, down to B flat, down to E flat, down to A flat, and so on and so forth. So that's all of the, eventually you'll hit all of the notes if you always just go down a fifth. But like I said, it's a huge, huge topic. So that's the really super short version. If you want the long version, check out learnpianolive.com/circle of fifths. Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 3. This may be confusing to level 1 and 2 students. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level 3 to understand how this level works.
Just a tiny bit of left hand here for level 3. It's going to be C's and G's, and guess how far apart those notes are? That's right, it's a fifth. So we're going from a C to a G, to a G, to a C. It's a world of laughter, a world of tears. And this, of course, is in the bass clef. And if this is not making any sense, you can always go to learnpianolive.com/level 3, and this hopefully will make some more sense. But basically, you just got to read the letter, play that letter in your left hand, and make sure it's lined up with the note that it's lined up with in the treble clef. Remember, again, that's the treble clef, that's the bass clef. This is basically left hand stuff. This is basically right hand stuff. So then, right with world, we're going to play that C. It's a world of laughter, and guess what? G is lined up with world. So the beginning of this would be, it's a world of laughter, a world of tears. It's a world of hopes, it's a world of fears. There's so much that we share that it's and we just follow the left hand instructions there. Let's try this thing with the track. I'm going to play just left hand first. Here we go. On your mark, get set. 2, and a 1, 2, go. It's a world of laughter. after a world of it's a world of hopes, it's a world of fears. There's so much that we share that it's time that we're aware. It's a small world after all. And then it's a small world. Watch out, D, and then G, then a C, another C, then an F. It's a There you go. That is all of the left hand. Now I'm going to try both hands together, and we'll see what we can do. And a 2, and a 1, 2. Here we go. It's a... There we go. That is all of the right hand and the left hand notes. And this is usually where we check in with our in-studio student, but Mark is not here. Mark is not here. But you'll never guess who showed up. Come on over. No, you can play. You can play. Hello, Shades. How's it going? It seems like you're always here. Which is sounds like a bad thing, but that's a great thing. So, we're playing It's a Small World. Just got back from Disneyland. It's a Small World was shut down. I didn't get to hear the song the entire time I was there. So I'm glad that we're playing it today because I was missing out on It's a Small World. So it's going to start out on an E. Sure, yes. I'm going to go back to level 1 and let you play what you can here for this one, and good luck, I guess. On your mark, get set. You can either play along with her or just see what notes she's gonna get right on her first time through. Glad you're here. And a 2, and a 1, 2, go. Wow, okay. Of hopes, it's a world of fears. There's so much that we share that it's time that we're aware. Yeah, and then here's the second song, really, in the same song. D, there you go. Uh-huh. Not bad. Hey, we got the last note. Way to go. Yeah. Cool. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do in the middle there, but I would say for your first time through, that was incredible. That was amazing. So, yeah, if you want to hang out, then we'll check in with you at level 5, as I'm sure you're aware, and then we'll see how many notes you can get. And for you all, let's level up.
Transitioning to level 4. This may be unsettling to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level4 for an in-depth explanation on how to conquer this level.
She's crazy. She's crazy. She's Shades with a Z, so you know she's cool. All right, so this is the pretty much the same thing that we were doing a second ago, except we're going to be playing in the left hand, playing the same note that we were playing before we were playing a C. Only now we're going to alternate between that note and the note that is, guess how far away? That's right, a perfect fifth, just like we were talking about with a circle of fifths. So we're going to be playing C, and then up a fifth, and then a C, and then up a fifth. Then over here, we're going to go down to a B, and then up to a G, And then, you know what, let's just play through it, and I'll try to call this stuff out as we go, so that if Kloppel gets too impatient, that we'll still have a little bit of time to run through the song. Here we go. 1. I'm gonna play the right hand. Level 1 through 3, you play the right hand. Here we go. It's a world of laughter. What's that? That we share, that it's time that we're aware. It's a small world. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small all right, so then, that is a really fast-moving left hand. Watch out for your B flat right there. Kind of a weird note for this song because it's in the key of C, and usually we only have all white notes in the key of C, but in this case we have one B flat right there, and then we have our normal walk-ups right here, that one, and that one right there. Like we often have, and I think that's about all. We've got this really weird sounding that thing, which is going to sound terrible on its own, but once you put the right hand in there, that one right there to that B to that F. All right, let's try it with both hands together. Good luck to us all. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, it's a 1. Here's that weird one. Not bad. All right, so then we have all of the chords that you're going to need for this song on the next page over, which is a C and a D minor and an F and a G. Just 4 chords. Okay, one of them is a minor chord. We have a D minor chord, and D minor chords are made up of Ds and Fs and As, just like it says there. But you don't have to just use that D and F and A. You can use that D and F A, or that DFA, or that DFA, or that DFA, or any of the DFAs on the whole entire piano. These are all ways of playing D minor. It's just Ds and Fs and As. So during those sections, you can play any of those notes that you want. So during the C chord section, of course, you can play any notes from the C chord. And then during the G chord section, you can play anything from the G chord. And if that didn't make any sense and you wish that it did, then you can go to learnpianolive.com/level4. And if it didn't make any sense and you're glad that it didn't, then cool. Let's play the song all together. I'm going to try to add in some notes. Here we go. So this is a C chord. And then C chord. Well, that was close. I forgot my B flat in there. All right, anyway, that's the end of level 4, which means it's time for our feature of the day. And today's feature of the day is going to be a lick of the day. This is a little lick that you can put at the end of almost any of the songs that we do, and it'll sound really cool. And it's the one that I've been using here. That thing right there. It's actually, you might remember a while back we did this one as our lick of the day. It's just like the first half of that. And then down. So you're gonna start on C, you're gonna go down to G, go over just a little tiny bit before you lean back into G, and then down to C. So C, G, lean over, come back, C. So that's it. That was our feature of the day. So corny every time. All right. But the confetti makes me happy. Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 5. This may be terrifying to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level5 for training on how to survive this level.
And we finally found ourselves on level 5, and this is where we take out all of the letters and instead we put in numbers. So what before was known as an E is now known as a 3 because we're in the key of C, which means that C is number 1. So if we play just these numbers right here, I'll try to call them out as I play them. Here we go. 3, 4, 5, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 7, 7, 2, 3, 4, 2, 7. Hey, it sounds just like this song. Now, this one has the same problem that level 1 has, and that is you're gonna have to pay really close attention to whether the notes go up or whether they go down. So, for example, this line right here is gonna trick a lot of people, because a lot of people are gonna play 2, 3, 4, 2. But that is not correct, because as you can hopefully see here, we're supposed to go from the 4 up to the 2. But as long as you get that part right, I think you should be fine. And then down here, we just have the left-hand part going from a 1 chord up to a 5 chord. So during the 1 chord time, you play the 1 and then every other note starting on the 1. So the 1, the 3, and the 5 together make up the 1 chord. This would be the 2 chord, the 3 chord, the 4 chord, and that's the 5 chord. And that's the one that you need right here during this section, the 5 chord. The 3 notes that are skip a note after the 5. So that's our 5 chord, that's our 1 chord, and our 5 chord, and we just can play that however we want. It's a world of, or we could play, it's a world of laughter, a world of, or we could play, it's a world of laughter, it's a world of. However you want to use those notes, you can use those notes, and you don't have to just stick in 1 octave. Of course, you can play them anywhere you want. I don't really like that very much, but I like that a lot though. 1 note at a time. Oh my goodness. I like that a whole lot. Okay, sorry, I'm getting carried away. Let's try it with the track. I'm sorry. I got distracted. Here we go. I'm going to try to call the numbers as we go. You just work on whatever level you're on. 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. I'm not calling out the numbers. 1, 7, 6, 5, 5, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 7, 6, 6, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 4, 2. All right. And of course, this is in the key of G flat, which is this thing right here. Not what we just did. What we just did is in the key of C, which means that C is 1, as we already talked about. However, if you go to G flat, this right here, and you count that as number 1, and you follow the pattern that looks like this, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And I believe this is the key that they actually play in Disneyland. So if you were at a piano at Disneyland and you played in the key of G flat, using these notes right here, 3, 4, 5, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 7, 7, 2, 3, 4, 2, 7, 1. Then you'd be able to play along with them in Disneyland. But we're not in Disneyland, and even if we were, they're not playing the song right now because all shut down so they can take down the Christmas decorations. So, no matter, we'll play it in the key of C, where C is number 1, and it all looks like this. There we go. Let's try it again with the track. I'll try to call the numbers one more time, and it looks like Shades is itching to get in here and show us what she knows. So here we go. 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. So that is all of the notes and the numbers and the levels. Let's check in with Shades before we get to our raffle of the day, raffle of the week, and see what Shades can play. Shades, what can you play? What level are we looking at? Level 1, that is a good choice. I'm glad that we've got level 1 to work on here. And you at home, like I said before, can either play along and see if you can beat Shades. She's really, really good. She's been playing along. She just always hangs out here and plays the piano, even if there's no lesson going on. I'll just walk in sometimes, and Shades is here playing the piano. So she practices a whole lot. So if you don't know as much as her right now, that's okay. But you can still try to play along with her. And here we go. Good luck, friend. 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. It's a world of laughter, a world of tears. It's a world of hopes. It's a world of, there's so much that we share that it's time that we're, oh, I like it. Oh, you got all the outsides. All right, here's the second half of the song. It's beautiful. After all, yes. It's a small. You did it! Nice job. Way to go. Yeah. Cool. So, yeah, there's still some stuff to do in the middle, but very impressively, you got all the outside notes. So on the really low parts, you get the lowest note, and on the high parts, you get the highest note. That was cool. That was really cool. So, yeah, you at home, you've got an entire week, all the way up until next Sunday. You can submit your video for points. Even if it's after next Sunday, you can still submit your video, just not for the points. But I'd still love to see what you come up with, even if it takes you more than a week to practice it. And you know what they're all waiting for. Yeah, the prizes. They want to know if they won the prizes. Let's find out. Thank you all for joining us. We've got a new live lesson next week. I know even though in America we've got Super Bowl, we're still going to do our live lesson here. And then we've got a bunch of other really cool stuff coming up after that. I'll send your parents an email about the archive. Our chat winner was who, Kendra?
Josh and Tristan.
Josh and Tristan, great job. And Shades sends her apologies. She's not able to stick around afterwards. But I'm sure she'll be back to practice very soon. Love you all. See ya. Hey, great, you're still here, so you must want more. Well, I've got 4 things for you: archives, practice tips, points, and jokes. First of all, if you didn't like this week's song, I'm sorry, and you can always go to learnpianolive.com/next-song and vote for what our next song should be. And right now you can go to the Kids Lesson Archives and just pick a different song and work on that this week. Now you probably don't have the whole song down yet, so what you can do is, this helps a lot of people, just next time pretend that you're the in-studio student and that in level 3 and level 5 we're going to be checking in with you and you've got to play at least some of the songs. I find that my students that come in and they're the in-studio students, they actually learn the songs way faster than they learn their regular songs I give them in their regular lessons. So if you just pretend that you're the in-studio student and that someone's going to be watching you, then that might help a lot. Also, you have the practice log that you can send in for extra points, and that can help you practice. And there's the daily challenge where you get extra points for logging your practice time there as well. Just click on daily challenge and it will play a video that doesn't have any sound really. You just practice, and then every now and then you'll hear a sound like this.
The number 7.
And then once you collect all of the letters and numbers, then you just put them in and you submit that, and you get points for doing that, and you get better because in between all those letters and numbers, you're practicing your song from the week. Of course, once you know the song, then definitely record yourself on your mom's cell phone or on your tablet or on whatever, and use the video submission button, and so you can send us your video that way and get points for that as well. You might even become the featured video for the week. All right, so let's move on to points. Here's the different ways you can get points. You can get up to 50 points just for participating in the chat in the live lesson. You get 300 points on top of that if you are the person in the chat room that week who makes the most helpful comments during the chat. That daily music challenge thing that I told you about, every day when you click on that and you submit the secret code, 150 points just for doing that. Every song comes with a practice log, and if you fill that out and have your parents sign it and you send that in, that's worth 300 points right there. Each week on Facebook and in the email that we send you, we give you a new weekly activity. It's just a fun little maze or puzzle or something to do. It doesn't really have much to do with music, but it does have something to do with that week's song, and it has something to do with getting you 150 points. Then if you click on survey at the end of the lesson and you fill that out and give us some feedback about the song, then we've given out up to 500 points before for great comments and feedback in the survey. Of course, submit your videos of you playing. Almost every video that gets submitted earns at least 200 points, even if it's not perfect. I guess work on it a little bit, but I'm just saying it doesn't have to be perfect, perfect, perfect. Here's another one. Every single month at learnpianolive.com/contest, we have a contest and usually give out at least 400 points, and oftentimes there are other gift cards and other prizes included in that contest. Okay, now we're getting into some big numbers. If you ever go to a concert that is classical music or it's classic jazz, which means like swing and bebop and stuff like that, you can ask your parents if it's a classic jazz concert. Then you get 500 points just by having your parents let us know what concert you attended. Now I keep asking you to send us your videos, and almost always you get points right up front for submitting those videos. Don't forget to put the legal disclaimer on your video. You have to say at the beginning, this is for use at kidlearnpianolive.com. But here's an additional way to pick up 750 points. If later on, a month down the road, a year down the road, 5 years down the road, if one of the videos that you submit to us ever gets 1,000 views, send us the link to your video. We will give you 750 points. Okay, but is there anything that I could do that's worth thousands of points? Yes, there is. If you're in Klopple Academy, every time you go from level 1 to level 2, or level 2 to level 3, every single time you level up, you get 3,000 points. And that's not even the biggest one. You get 5,000 points every single time someone signs up for kidslearnpianolive.com and they say that you are the one who sent it here. Okay, last thing before I say goodbye, for real. I told you that I would tell you my favorite joke, and here it is. A butcher backs up into his meat grinder and gets a little behind in his work. Gets a little behind in his work because he's a butcher. It's funny, trust me, it's awesome. If you didn't think it was funny, that's fine. But go to learnpianolive.com/jokes and you can see some of our students' favorite jokes and you can submit your own. I think that's finally it. I will see you in another live lesson. Love ya. Good luck. Have fun.